Hello, my name is Ace and I'm gonna talk about cheap art supplies. Let's see, what are cheap art supplies for you and for me? For me, cheap art supplies are are colors, pencil colors, crayons that you can buy mostly anywhere, even at a big store that sells multiple things like food, toys, etc., 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 etc. And you can actually get them at a pretty low price if you compare them to big brands like Microns, Copics, etc., and other big brands. I want to talk how do I use them to create my artworks and how you could also use them to create decent or actually amazing artworks. As many artists nowadays do their artworks with cheap art supplies. I want to talk about that because I also have some expensive things like a 24 color set of Copics, a digital Wacom tablet, and some Micron pens from the Sakura brand. But mostly I work with really cheap art supplies that I buy. Like, these are some Faber-Castell watercolors. It's a 12 set and it costs me around, let's see, I live in Peru, so this costed me like 12 soles, and that's the coin that we use here. And the dollar, it's at 3.30 soles per $1. So 3.30 divided, and I divide that. Let's see. This costed me like $3 to $4. And when I went to the art store today, they sold from the brand Winsor & Newton a sachet of watercolor from to offset. Sorry, $7 for one sachet, and that is really a lot of money for only one. That one sachet is $2. You can create so many things with cheap art supplies, and now on YouTube there are a lot of cheap art supply challenges. I know that people that use big brands would say that that's a challenge for them, but I think that that's wrong because they also started using that until they got a job or people started promoting them, and giving them as a gift some big brands. I'm trying to tell you that if you have cheap art supplies, don't be discouraged. You can do it. You can do so many things with cheap art supplies. I have my DeviantArt page, and 90% of the things that I do there, I made them with this brand, Mapet Colors. This thing cost me 24 soles, and this thing is $7. A 36 color set. This was one sol. That's literally nothing. This thing costed me 3 cents on my 30 cents on my store. This one cost me 1 sol, and this one costed me 2 soles. And yet on my DeviantArt page I have so many other things that I did with cheap art supplies. This is an example. I did this just with a ballpoint pen and with a mechanical pencil. Art is something you can create from absolutely anything and everything. Some people like to use coffee, some people would like to use bigger brands. for the purpose that they want. I know that the more expensive brands will allow your art to survive for a longer time, but if you are using cheap art supplies, please don't be discouraged, and also please don't let your ego go high five to the sky, because in the end we're all artists. Don't be discouraged if you just do not have enough money to earn what you need to buy those bigger brand art supplies, because I work for 3 hours a week. I'm a 16-year-old boy, and I was lucky enough that one of my family members could actually get me a job. What I earn is nothing in dollars. I earn 25 soles every week, and 25 divided into 3.30, it's 7.57 bucks every week. And I'm trying to save the most money that I can to buy what I need, because one Copic here it's 18 soles, and that's an insane amount of money. So if I just earn 25 soles and that's 18, that's a lot. So I have to wait. So if you don't have money, work with what you have. You don't need to have expensive brands. You don't need to always be telling to your parents or friends nor anyone that you need this, that you need that. You need to have priorities. You need to save what you need to save. You need to spend what you need to spend, but do not spend all that you have each time you get paid, because you need to think. I have had this for over a year now, and there are some colors that I just haven't even touched. But I am not buying colors every week. No. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make the most of this only case that I have. I have some more cases too, and I also use them. You can do amazing things with cheap art supplies, and I have some examples here. I have a lot of Copic art here too, because I am on the IB. I'm doing my diploma this year, and I've been practicing a lot. I don't say my art is great, but please check my DeviantArt gallery, because most of the things that I have done are there. Look, this is a watercolor piece that I did using this and a ballpoint pen. This is a fan art of Steven Universe. This is an exercise that I did with a ballpoint pen, and I have many other examples. You do not need to have things that are expensive if you can create great art with things that are not. I know that my art is not the best, but I'm trying to do what I can. This I also did with the set that I've already shown you, and a ballpoint pen and a mechanical pencil. You guys can do this. Do not feel ashamed. Also, do not start a rebellion if you are using just cheap art supplies, because everyone can do art. I believe in that. You do not need the most expensive things, but you also do not need the most basic things. You can do it with anything that you want, anything that you can feel comfortable. But for the people that right now can only use cheap art supplies, please do not feel discouraged, because you guys can do it. You guys can do great art and really amazing things. So thanks if you watch this video. Subscribe if you like it. I have 2 other videos. Okay, this thing's running again. Sorry, my last recording kinda got screwed up in the end. So as I was saying, I believe in you. Yeah. No, I'm not Papyrus. I really believe in you. I think you guys can do great things. Cheap art supplies are made for everyone, beginners, experts, anyone, and if you have them, please make the best of them. You can create awesome art, and the art is something that gets out of you. I don't care if you have or not, if you are the best artist in the world or not. The supplies that you have are not the one that are not the ones that declare what you can do or what you cannot do. So understand that with with more expensive art supplies, you're not gonna be better. Practice is what makes you better. Understand that, and please do not feel disencouraged. You've already seen my materials. That's what the things that I work with. So just practice with what you have, and if you wanna buy those or art supplies, do it. But do not feel disencouraged if you cannot yet, because you are an amazing artist. You are amazing people. Even if you only drew stickmans, you guys can do it, and I believe in you. My name's Ace, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye.